turn on filtration. Okay, good. Filtration system is on. Next step is to test the water. Right, you test the water with these little strips. So they tell you how alkaline, and how much pH, and how much chlorine. And obviously there's not going to be much chlorine, but what they say in here, I'm not going to run in there, it has to go up in the middle of each of these little things. So get me straight out. Okay, so it came up with no chlorine and low pH, so we have to dose it with all of this, which is pH, chlorine and alkaline, or not alkaline, but algicide, which prevents the algae in the water. So I'm going to put these in some warm water, dose them as per the little thing. And seeing as it's the first time it's filled with water, you need to put much more of each of these, but still not too much. So I'm going to go and figure that out. Okay, so I'm taking you away to the living room. Okay, so for the first time you fill up a spa, this says that you need 3 tablespoons for 5,000 litres, but a spa is nowhere near 5,000 litres. So a spa, there's a spa, Palm Springs, litres. 963 litres of water in that spa out there. So this says 3 tablespoons for 5,000 litres. So you're talking less than. But I think what I tend to do is put in full spoon, because it just takes it, despite what this says. Yeah. So I think a full spoon of chlorine granules. And you should mix this . And the reason I'm putting it in this is because you have to dissolve it in water first. So you dissolve it in water to kind of get the chlorine to mix in with the water. The reason you should not dump chlorine directly into your spa is because it will go to the bottom, and it will just sit at the bottom, and because it has to dissolve first. So if you dissolve it in water, you will have a good mix first. I'm actually going to just add a little bit extra, because I know from experience that actually, again, despite what it says, it will take a full spoon, and it will not be too much for that first dose of water. So once you're sure it's all dissolved, and make sure it is, because sometimes it sits on the bottom, but once it's all dissolved, then you can dump this water into the pool, and then it will spread it throughout the entire pool. Now, we did have low pH. Do not put them in the same thing. I'm a big believer that you should take it separately, each one. So I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to throw this in. So again, I just chuck that in, and then again with this pH stuff, it doesn't actually tell you a kind of dose for the pH. And the reason for that is because water has different pH depending on where it comes from. So our water here has a good alkalinity, but the pH is a little low. So my pH range has to be between 7.2 and 7.6. So I am going to dump. It says for 5,000 liters. For 5,000 liters, it's saying that you need 3 tablespoons. So it's only 1,000 liters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually chuck one in anyway again. And again, do be careful. As I was about to say, do be careful. How much? So now, if it does go too high, there's always the option of putting pH minus in anyway. So I'm not too worried. But I think a good spoon of the stuff is important. This stuff here you can put directly in because it's liquid, so it doesn't need to be dissolved in water. And that's to keep the algae, which is like, you know, to be honest, it's not a big problem in mine at the minute because I change the water a bit too often. You should only change your water every 3 months according to Web. So it's only been a month since I changed my water. So yeah, it should be okay to leave it a couple of months as long as you put this in each week, one spoon this month. This is pH, but I'll throw this pH in now and then I'll do that one. And that's basically it then. Put the lid back on the spa and turn the temperature up, and hopefully tomorrow night it will be ready for use again. You do have to dose it though with these. And yeah, then I'm just gonna take 1 spoon of this algicide and put it into the tub. I'm not going to show you that because it's literally put 1 spoon and put it direct into the water in the tub. And that's it. That's the tub refilled, redone, re-chemicaled. And yeah, you basically turn up the temperature to say 30 degrees, leave it overnight, the temperature will rise, test it tomorrow using these strips, which give you the chlorine, the pH, and the alkalinity. Test it once they're in the middle of these kind of strips, then you will end up with the correct chemical balance. And that's your hot tub done. I will put the lid back on, and that's it. So thanks for watching. I'm going to stop it now.
Here I am where the movie started, facing at a photo they've taken. Space Street. Here I am where the movie started, facing at a photo they've taken. Space Street.